Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings. Incredible greetings, everyone. How are you doing? All right. We have to get this all shared out. So bear with me just a moment while we get this all shared out. I actually had to correct some things on the site. For this. So bear with me. How is everyone? All right, there we go. All right. Hello, 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 hello. Incredible greetings. Let me share this out over on Facebook. Let's see. We're going to find my page. And of course, it says live only to me. I don't understand why Facebook even does that to where it's like only me. Like, I don't want it to be only me. The heck are you going through? And then I also have to set my phone up for tickety talk, talk, talk. All right, there we go. I had to get this all set up. And we're going to flip my camera. Ooh, my camera needs to be cleaned. If you're watching the playback of this, I know some of you guys don't like it when, it's taking a little minute for the session to start. But please remember that this is a live video. So we have to wait for the audience to build and things like that. So, don't be too mad at me. All right. Don't be too mad at me because this is a live video, not something that's pre-recorded where we can just get right into it. I have to wait for the audience to build up. So just have to bear with me, y'all. Just got to bear with me, okay? I got groups I have to share it to. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and go here. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How is everyone? Is there, so I'm while I'm sharing this out, the question that I'm asking as I'm posting it into my groups is, who is planning to create items for 2024 grad season? Whether for personal use or for business. Who plans to curate items for the 2024 graduation season? As you guys come in, let me know, drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know what city and state you are watching from. You never know. You might find a crafty, creative friend in your area that you can work with, bounce ideas off of, and, all that good jazz. So definitely drop your city and state where you're watching from. And then let us know if you plan to do anything for this upcoming graduation season. All right, we are all shared out. Make sure that you guys consider hitting, double tap the screen if you're watching over on TikTok, share it out, like the video. If you are watching over on YouTube, you have to close out of the live chat in order to be able to like the video. And then make sure you're subscribed and also share it out on Facebook. You can just like and then hit the share button. All right, there we go. All right, got to probably pull this down a little bit so that my phone is not kind of like blocking your view up here. But hello, hello, hello. Woo, she's almost busting up behind. I forgot this was behind me. All right, let's move you out to the side. I'm standing up today. But hello, 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 everyone. How are you guys doing? I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365. We are the home of the honest. I'm going to stand back here. That way, if I look in between the two, I'm technically looking at both cameras because when I feel like I'm here, I feel like I'm looking over y'all head, but I am Shakia of HS Inc. 365. We are the parent company of Honestly Speaking, Silhouette Anonymous, and 365 Creative Academy. So Honestly Speaking is our product line. We carry sublimation paper and ink that will allow you to create a lot of the top graduation products. Sublimation is great for that. You can print it out, press it, and be done. So definitely check out our website for our sublimation paper or our TikTok shop. Our website is shop.hsink365.com. There are links in the description of this video, and I'm also going to add it to the chat. It's also where you can find our sublimation ink. We have all 5 colors. Even if you have the 8550, you can utilize our ink, because we do have the gray. Now, if you don't know, there is no such thing as photo black sublimation ink. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people on websites, and on their websites, they have photo black. There's no such thing as photo black. Photo black is not a color. It's not a shade of like black. With the 8550, all the other colors are dye inks, and even that black one is a dye ink, and then the photo black is actually a different type of ink. It is pigment. So photo black is not it's not a special type of ink. It's not a different color. Black is black. Anything mixed with black is just going to be black. So we don't have a quote unquote photo black, but if you have a 850, you can, but when you order it, you're going to end up with 2 of the black inks, and you can take that one and fill it up, both the regular black and the photo black, and you'll be able to fill it up from one bottle, and then you'll have the other black ink to refill either one of them. So black ink would go in both of those. So I want to make sure, because some people have asked us about that. It's like, I have the gray, or they'll ask, when will our photo black be back in stock? We've never had a photo black because you don't need photo black. But check out our website, shop.hsink365.com for that, as well as our heat tape. Our heat tape is non-staining, non-marking, so you don't have to worry about the yellow marks. Having the different sizes will definitely come in handy for most of the things that you are going to make via Sublimation for graduation. All right. And then we have 365 Creative Academy. That is our online academy where we help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of trainings, like our master program for grad customs. All right. So let's just kind of see who's in the room right now. Hello, hello, incredible evening. Thank you for joining from Indiana. You plan to do graduation items this season. Hey everybody, Stitching Studio is located in Memphis, Tennessee. I just received my ET 15,000 and ordered my ink and paper from you. Thank you so very much. We appreciate your order. It will be processed depending on when you ordered it. If you ordered it like today, it will be processed on Monday. I will try my hand at making for personal use. My only grandchild is graduating in May. Okay. Very excited. This will begin my Sublimation journey. Awesome. This will be my practice season as I know several graduating for 2025. Okay. Awesome. 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 Let's see over here. Hey, city girl. That's my city girl. Period. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Okay, there we go like that. Let's see. And hello, hello, hello to anyone that I missed over here. I just so happened to see hers because she commented like 3 times. All right, so let's talk a little bit about graduation season. It is kind of like, okay, if Christmas is like the Super Bowl for crafters, we're gonna call grad season the well, I guess technically it's like it's just championships. There's no like specific name for basketball. It's just, you know, it's like the finals, like just the NBA finals, you know, where you have like well, theirs is called still championships, but this is another championship. Okay, it's not quite like the Super Bowl, but it's like, you know, the world championships of like crafting. This is a really, really big season. For a lot of people, it's even bigger than Mother's Day. We all know Father's Day, you know, it gets a little play, but people really go all out for like Mother's Day. For something that has a captive audience, like a specific audience, just like the holidays, graduation season is really, really, really big for creatives and crafters. She's like, I'm ready in my SpongeBob voice. Because, you know, you have high school graduations, collegiate, so college graduations, and you have undergrads, you have graduates, people graduate, like, you know, they're graduate, from graduate programs, but you also have things like technical schools, vocational schools. And I see a lot for the pre-K and kindergarten, you know, when it comes to those, it's like, that's my baby. I sell a lot for that one. Like they want to just celebrate them. 5th grade, you know, going into middle school, at least here in South Florida, most of the schools, unless you're like a K through 8 center, you have like your 5th grade, and that is considered not just a promotion. It's like, you know, kind of graduating because you'll leave the elementary school and go to the middle school. And then same thing for 8th grade here, where you're leaving either a K through 8 center and going to high school, or you're leaving a middle school and you're going to high school. Those are big, but not as big, in my opinion, as the seniors from high school, and then like the pre-K and kindergarten. And it's like, pre-K I can understand, but I have a lot of parents that go all out for their kindergartners, like all out for kinder. It's crazy. One of the schools that I have here, like they do a full on, and a lot of the kind of like Head Starts, they do it as well, to where, I mean, they have the little babies in their cute little caps and gowns, and most times it's belongs to the school, so they just kind of have it on for that occasion. So the kids can't really keep the gown and the cap and stuff like that, or some of them allow them to keep the cap, but the teachers keep the gown, and they have like a little God, I'm losing my whole train of thought, but they'll have Well, I can't think of the one because it's not a stole, the one that goes this way. Lord Jesus, oh God, it won't come to me. But they'll keep those. They'll let some schools let them keep the caps and some don't. So we'll have parents, they'll get the really small ones, which is like a 50-inch one, and they'll have it for their babies just so that, you know, it's like a keepsake from them. So here, I can't speak for anyone else, but here in South Florida, pre-K and Head Start graduations bring in, you know, good money as well. Especially now that a lot of them are incorporating the grad caps for the babies. And if they have to give them back, having the little toppers. So just you got to really scope out your area and see, you know, how popular. Some people say, oh, it's not popular here. Maybe someone hasn't introduced it. Maybe it's going to take you taking this class and learning about the things that you create and introduce that to your town, your community, your city, your county, whatever it is, because it's not big there. Maybe they've never been exposed to it. No one has ever tried to, like, you know, they may feel like, well, we only have a few graduating, you know, seniors. It's not like a big senior class. That's even better, you know, especially if you're the person that kind of like spearheads it and you get to those few graduates first. Because you may have a lot of other creators and crafters in your area, but if you're the one that can get to them first, you can get like all, you know, if it's like a small graduating class of anywhere from 10 to like 20 people, maybe you'll get all of them. If it's like 50, maybe if it is 2 crafters in your area, you guys can split them. But if it's not in your area, don't feel like this is not a market for you. It just hasn't been introduced to your market yet. And I can help you figure out how to introduce it to your market. Some of the things that are really, really popular: graduation fans. Now, since the pandemic, stoles have been a lot more popular for high schoolers. They were always a thing for those graduating from college, but on the high school level, it's more so like since the pandemic, where it's like it's really ramped up. Not to say that they were not around before, but most high schools don't allow them to wear the custom stoles because they'll have stoles, they'll have their cords and things like that, but they don't necessarily let them wear, like, you know, custom stoles. They just have the ones from the schools, which you guys know, especially if you do embroidery, that could be you. You could be the company that is supplying the stoles for the entire graduating class. You just have to know how to, you know, get in for those bids for those. And sometimes it takes somebody to know somebody just so that you're on their radar and they can consider you for a bid. But I know of smaller businesses that make the stoles for the entire graduating class and the faculty and staff, because they'll also have specialized stoles. So once you just know how to make them, how to design them, and you just understand how it works, where to get the supply, like where to buy them wholesale, things of that nature, it opens up additional opportunities for you. But it will start with doing the ones just for, you know, end consumers instead of going like to the schools. Now, most high schools here, like I said, they don't allow them to wear them, but I've sold them where like the year before, so not as a graduation one, it says like a senior one for their senior pictures. A lot of them take their senior pictures in the summertime before their senior year. So this is a great way to also like get the ball rolling and be able to sell them so that they can take their pictures with the stoles and have them in their senior pictures. They will use them for pictures afterwards because they have to give that gown back. So if they don't get a lot of pictures before the actual ceremony, afterwards, they're just in their regular clothes. So having that stole allows them to have something other than just the cap, because most schools also, you get your diploma like after the fact. It's not, some schools have it to where it's inside of a little, like you have the little manila folder where you have to go like afterwards when you're on stage. They're not really giving it to you. They just give you the outside part. And some schools here have it where you go to like a little area and you can get the physical one. Some of them you end up having to go to the school, you can have it mailed, or you can get, they will have the plaque that you can order. It's a lot of stuff they have at graduation here. I can't speak for every other area. I just know how it is in Dade County. But they don't have like the actual like diploma. They just have that little outside piece. they want something to take pictures with. I have so many clients where they have the pictures and they have their fans. They'll go and they'll just do the little pictures like this with their grad cap afterwards. So know that even though they don't wear them at graduation, I know the high schoolers here now, most schools don't allow them to have the custom toppers, but they like to have them for pictures. So even if your school district does not allow them, doesn't mean that you cannot make sales. Yard signs. My neighbor across the street, when her daughter graduated, her yard was riddled with yard signs. Some that had pictures, some that did not, some that just said what school she was graduating from, some just said the year, and that was 2019, 2020, one of those, because it was during the pandemic. And they just kind of had them in the yard saying let's just say for this year, like a 2024 graduate, lives here. A 2024, what's the school, right? Cara City Senior High School, graduate lives here, da, 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 da. So yard signs are really big no matter what, because that's not associated with, something to wear at the ceremony. People just want it to have in their yard as a billboard, kind of sort of, that there's a graduate, and just for people to celebrate. Pandemic, they blew up. I've done them before, like before the pandemic, but the pandemic, it really blew up because of all of the drive-by graduations. And I feel like it hasn't died down. I've gotten just as many requests, and it also leads to other things, like memorial ones. I was always doing yard signs, especially for businesses. I've done some political ones. So when you learn this skill for creating yard signs, know that it goes well beyond graduation season. Then, of course, you have, the usual stuff, the shirts. You have buttons. You can make tumblers. I've sold a bunch of mugs for like the older families, like this, so they can have a keepsake of, their loved one that graduated. So mugs, keychains. For graduation parties, you have the scan to pay. So when they want to send a gift to the graduate, there's so many things that you guys can create for grad season, because a lot of money flows for grad season. Okay. Let's see. Hello. She said, "Hey, my professor, how are you?" It's not a sash. It's not a sash. Oh gosh. It's a special name for it. Oh God. Hold on. Oh my God. I can't think of what it is. Hood. Haha. I'm like, I knew it would come to me. So the one that goes backwards, it's called a hood. I was like, man, I could not remember to save my life. So I had to go and look it up, because you have the stole and then you have a hood. So that's the one that I was thinking of. So the pre-K ones will have that one. That's also more of like graduates, like graduate school, like masters and stuff like that. They have that one that goes back, and it, kind of comes to the back like that. That's the one I was referring to. All right. Hello. Incredible greetings. So if you've never seen any of these items, how many of you guys have not really, you don't know what I'm talking about? You've never seen some of these items like grad cap toppers and sashes. Y'all know yard signs. I don't have a yard sign on Coroplast, but I do have a yard sign print. You can do door signs as well. I've done those. For those who live in condos or apartments, you can do door signs. And then I have quite a few fan options as well. How many of you guys have never seen stoles and toppers and all the custom grad stuff? Although I won't be teaching it in this grad program, I've made selfie frames, for pictures like after graduation. There's just so much that you can make for graduation season. So I have one here. I was looking for the rest of them. I have no idea where all of my stoles went. This is one that I did. It has no pictures on it. This was one for someone in college. Okay, that was also cute. And they don't have to be the same color. So as you can see here, having two different sides, one for his the school side and then his fraternity side. I just saw JLo's. Hold on, please hold. Is it in this bin? I call myself, see, I like organized mess, organized chaos, because I call myself cleaning up, and I hate when I clean up because then I don't know where stuff is. I try to put it away in places that make sense, but then the places don't make sense to me, and then I don't know where stuff is. I like organized chaos, because then I don't know where stuff is. Because I have a whole bunch of them. Ones where either there was like little mistakes on them, but they're great for demonstration purposes and just kind of showing people what something looks like. So I like keeping them for that. And now I can't find any of them. Actually, you know what? I may have showed them on TikTok, so they might be in the other room. Because I have quite a few of them. I don't even see the one that I made for myself. I have one that is for 365 Creative Academy. Well, at the time, it was called Silhouette Anonymous Academy, but I don't even see that one. But that's okay. That kind of gives you an idea of the stole. Anyone can make these, especially with Sublimation. You can make them with Sublimation, DTF, HTV. I'm so mad at myself that I cannot find the other ones. Then you have the toppers, which you just have the hole in it. You would put adhesive on the back. You cannot promote it with having Velcro on the back, but you can technically provide it or suggest it. There is someone that has a patent on the detachable ones with Velcro. So you have to just put double-sided. Normally I have double-sided adhesive, but you can, I also do provide Velcro strips if they want to be able to utilize it and just be able to take it off. This particular one is Sublimation to glitter. You can do glitter cardstock. There's also a way to do it with glitter HTV. This year, I will be incorporating different textures. Econo-Transfer has the satin HTV. They also have the flock HTV. So it will give you different feels. I plan to use the flock ones for all of my babies who parents want one. But there are now more options other than just doing glitter. If before, when if it was for like a male, I could, of course, couldn't do the glitter. I would have to laminate cardstock. Now, there are some companies over the past couple of years that have come out with MDF toppers. I personally feel like they're a little bit too heavy. These sit nice and flat. You can still put it on around the button. And the way that I do mine, it hides behind it with the MDF when you can't really put it underneath the little button. And then it comes like having your tassel. And that can be kind of heavy because it is MDF. So I prefer to have the ones that are really, really thin. Back in the day, I used to make these with just glitter cardstock and then take different letters, take flowers and put them all over. I've done these where I've used paper flowers. So many things, so many ways. This is the easiest way. Doing it with Sublimation is very easy. So unless someone has a cap and they're going to give it to someone and they're going to draw or paint on it, most times it's a detachable topper. Okay. Exactly. See, then you put them in the box with the tumblers. And that's what I thought. And that's what I looked at. But I'm like, I think I moved it when I was doing the videos in the other room. And I think I ran in here and I grabbed them because, yes, that's where I was checking it. Because I'm like, I knew I put it in here with the darn tumblers when I was cleaning up. But I want to say I took them to the other side, to the other room when I was doing the TikTok and I was where my rolling is. I think that's where they're at, and I don't really feel like running out over there. But I'm going to do another video. I will show them again. Like, this won't be the last time that I come on here talking about the grad program. But yep, I don't see it. It has to be over there because I'm see, I knew that's where it was at. I knew that's where it was at. All right, so we have those. And what was popular for me, and I still sell a bunch, and I do mean a bunch, until this day, is fans. For a while when it came to these, people would have just someone's grad pictures like in their cap. And well, at least their cap, you'll see their gown. And it was kind of like just cut off and they'll make really big fat heads. It's only been, well, I know for me, I started them in 2017. It got more popular in 2018 where I was adding like the year to it, the name and different things like that. Because before, all I saw were the big fat heads. And it bugged the hell out of me to see people with like, a lot of the young ladies here, okay, of course, I'm Black, I'm African American, they'll have like their hair down and it's like long and stuff like that. Boys is a little bit different because if they have like a haircut, you can easily cut around their face and it doesn't look like cut off. But when it came to the girls and they were doing their face, they had this long hair and stuff and it was like cut off. That drove me bananas. To no end for them to just shoot, like just cut it off, or like they'll cut the face and the hair is like, it just looked weird to me. And I'm like, okay, there has to be a way to make this look better because that just looks weird. The boys don't look great, but I just felt like they were doing most of the young ladies a disjustice if their hair wasn't up or if it wasn't like a shorter hairstyle. So that's when I started mixing in, like covering up the bottom. Those who have ever taken one of my design classes know that I cannot stand to have something just cut off if you're not going to fade it. When it comes to a fan, of course, you can't just have it faded because the stick has to stick to something. So that's when I started adding things to the bottom. I can show more of the gown and add stuff to it. I started doing that in 2017, and then 2018 is where most of my templates like really like it really popped off in 2018. But here are just a few. These are more recent ones. I think all of these are 2023. I think, yeah, all these were from 2023. I don't know if I have any more from like the other years. I posted plenty of pictures though. So this is one. This was actually a new template last year. Well, it was new for me in 2022. I released it to the public in 2023. So you can get this one where you get like this part and then you have all the dates for here, the new cap, because my cap before wasn't like this. So this is a new cap that I think I introduced that one. I had it in 2020, but I think I released it with my templates in 2021. So there's a style there. This particular one is done with sublimation by sublimating laminated cardstock is how this one was made. This is an adhesive sticker onto cardstock. So I personally printed it from my roll-in, but if you have sticker paper, you can do it that way, or you can still just do regular paper like on a regular printer. I don't think I have any here that were done on a regular printer, but if you look at the posts that I've made and some of the videos and stuff that I posted, those were made with a regular Epson printer, or you use an HP, you can use a Canon. This year, I will be using a Canon printer for mine because I can print my yard signs in-house now because I have a roll-in. And lately I had been using my roll-in for my memorial fans and stuff like that, but I won't be able to use both printers. I mean, use the printer for both the fans and the yard signs because I'm expecting to have a lot of like yard signs, and these take forever. The roll-in takes forever to print. So I do have my Canon printer that I'm going to be setting up for those. And then this is larger ones. These are also sublimation to laminated cardstock for these. So you can make them in different sizes. So we still kind of have like a fat head. Doing it this way, I feel like it allows you to not have, you know, if they don't have something that has a cap and gown, maybe they don't want to use that one, like with, you know, with her being, you know, a cheerleader and using that particular image. Before it would just be the fat head with the cap on it. So this still kind of screams graduation because you have the class of, you have grad, and you can still make it where it's a large format one. Okay. And then this is another one that, is this the same style? So yeah, this is the same style. So I'll use different things like different names. The only thing that's different with these is she has on a cap. So there's no cap on hers. He doesn't have on one. It's just a regular professional type picture. So I have the cap on this one. All right. And then, of course, like I said, you have keychains and mugs and tumblers. These are not on Coroplast, but these are two. Is it two on here or three? Yeah, two prints that I did. That's for yard signs. You can do them going vertically, or you can have a horizontal or portrait style. So this is a landscape layout. This is a portrait upside down. This is a portrait layout, or going horizontal, or you can do a landscape, i.e. vertical layout. And we have templates for all of this in our template vault, and you can get some of them a la carte on our website. Now, let's talk about how you can learn how to make all of these. We have our Grad Customs master program. So it's not a master class because it's going to be 6 sessions. Count them, 6 sessions. The first session is going to be on like the first official. We did have, I'm going to call it like a meet and greet, but it was kind of like a study hall, kind of just like an intro. If anyone had one to pick my brain about some stuff, we had one on Friday, yesterday. But next week, Friday, the 22nd, we kick off, and it is going to be about the business. So before we even get into making anything, I'm going to break it down for you, how you can make money, how much money can you potentially make doing this if you go into it with the right mindset, the right plan, helping you really figure out what it is that you want to focus on, especially this is your first season. I know you may see a lot of flyers and posts with like bundles, and they're showing like a whole bunch of things. If you've never really done orders where you're doing multiple items for one order or for one person, you know, and we're going to talk about why you should be mindful of that when it comes to time and just prepping and things like that, and how the different processes can make it a little bit harder to really kind of keep track, especially if it's like your first year, and especially if you're new to sublimation this year and just new to like crafting on this level. Trust me when I say you can make money off of one or two things. 2018, I did a few toppers, but 2018 and 2019, these had me burnt out. Nothing but fan after fan after fan after fan after fan. I mean, I did have yard signs, but I was not doing the yard signs myself. I would design them, but I would send them off to be printed. And sometimes I would have them do the prints only and I would put it on the Coroplast. And then there are times where I'm like, hey, just kind of go and do it. I got my money off of the design fee of it. I have them make it. My clients come and pick up their whole package all at once. But I had someone, I outsource. I love a good outsource. Some of you guys, some crafters feel like the only way they're making money, or they feel like, how can they charge us like if they're not doing it all themselves? Baby, I love a good outsource, okay? Makes my life a lot easier, especially if you're a one-man, one-woman show. It just makes your life so much easier. So we're going to talk about all the business stuff. Day one on March 22nd. The session starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All times are Eastern Standard Time. All times actually are 6:30, except for our Sublimation for graduation session, which is, we'll talk about that. That's the fourth session, I think. So session 2 is on that following Wednesday, which is March 27th. That will be at 6:30 p.m. And that's when we're going to go over stoles. This is a refresher from our stole class from last year. Last year, I had a lot of beginners. I really focused on those. This will be their first year. And we did text-based designs. My students made money. You know, they saw a lot of people with like all of the pictures. The feedback that I got, where they felt like, oh my gosh, like not having to worry about pictures or getting these bad pictures, like you're doing less work, making the same amount of money, just doing basically text-based ones, putting names and just schools, mascots, stuff like that, grad and like the year, and not worrying about pictures, and and it allowed them to do it with HTV. So many of my students last year made good money. Well, I want them to be able to elevate this year. So we're adding in to this the component of adding pictures, and me just kind of going over that, like how to handle pictures, how to arrange them, make them look good, make certain parts stand out. So the stole class will be beginners and intermediate. We're going to do some text-based things, which if you sign up, you get immediate access to the recording from last year, which was just text-based. This year, I'm still going to go through it like you're brand new and go through some text-based stuff, but I won't spend as much time on the text-based part of it, or text only. I'm going to go more into like the pictures and how to remove backgrounds, how to fade things off, even if you don't have Photoshop. We're going to go and add that component. So if you signed up for the grad stole ones and you don't want to take the full on program, in your dashboard, there is a link for the Zoom session, and you'll be able to attend that Zoom and learn how this year you can incorporate pictures and backgrounds and things of that nature. So that is going to be on the 27th at 6:30 p.m. Then on April 3rd, which is the following Wednesday, we're going to go through fans. All right, so we're going to do fans. I'm going to basically outline 5 different ways that you can make fans, no matter which system you have. If you have Sublimation, if you have a regular printer, a laser printer, like a regular inkjet printer, a laser printer, or even if you want to outsource them. We're going to talk about ways to make fans, the professor way, as well as if you just want to do the ones where people are just teaching you to add a stick to the back. We don't necessarily do that over here. We have Beyonce quality fans that, baby, you get good wind. It's not going to bend at all with my method. Y'all see that good wind. I live in Miami, okay? So simply putting a stick on the back of this don't really work for us in Miami when it's hot out. Some graduations are indoors, but when you have to wait for your graduate because they're going to kick you outside of the arena or the convention hall or whatever, and they tell you got to go outside and wait for your graduate, it's hot in Miami. Come on, hurry up. We got to go. We're going to eat. You learn the professor way, this becomes a keepsake. Okay, this is a year old and it's still intact when you learn the professor way. But I'll show you how to do the cheap way too, though. If you don't want to do it this way. So you're going to learn 5 different ways to make fans. And then April 6th, which is a Saturday, is Sublimation for Graduation. That's where we're going to go over keepsake items like keychains, pillows, buttons, and drinkware, specifically 20-ounce tumblers and mugs. You can apply the stuff to 30-ounce, 40-ounce if you want to go do the big boys. But for this class, we're going to focus on 20-ounce tumblers and mugs is what we will focus on for this particular class. And then April 10th, which is that next Wednesday, is going to be, we switch them. So that's going to be toppers on that Wednesday. And then that Friday, April 12th, will be yard signs, because it's like, you know, Friday is kind of like the weekend if we need to kind of stay on a little bit longer, especially if you're like, this is your first time putting vinyl down on coroplast, you want to understand the technique. So I want to give you guys more time for the actual application part of it. So on the website, it still says, I think it still says the other way. I have to switch those around, but April 10th will now be the toppers, because these are actually, once you design them and understand like the setup and layout of it, the methods to make these are pretty much the same for all of them. So this one doesn't take as much time as like yard signs. So April 10th will be toppers. April 12th, which is a Friday, because I have something already planned for the 13th, so I couldn't keep it on a Saturday, will be the yard signs. But you also get, every other week, we will have a study hall session, because I want you guys to be as successful as possible with this process. So it's a full-on program. We'll have these study hall sessions, and as of right now, they're scheduled for Sundays, real quick, 45 minutes to an hour, because it's like to answer questions. Maybe, you know, you're starting to get orders and you have a picture and you're like, okay, I know you taught this, but this seems a little bit different. Can you give me some ideas on what to do with this picture that was submitted? You'll be able to ask questions like that. Share your screen. If something is going wrong while you're trying to sublimate your stoles and you need some help figuring it out, we're going to provide you support all the way through graduation season. So although the last official class we're teaching is on the 12th, we will have scheduled study hall or help sessions all the way through the end of May. Because I'm only going to the end of my graduation season. Now, if y'all got late June and like those late graduations, I can't help you. After the end of May, and my birthday's at the end of May, those sessions are done. You have to watch the playbacks. But we are here to provide you support all the way through. So I don't want you to feel like, okay, you're going to take this class. You're left on your own when things kind of come up, especially with the pictures that they submit, or just, you know, doing something and you feel like you're wasting blanks, something just isn't quite right. We have help sessions. Now, that sublimation for graduation, if you've never done the professor method for tumblers to where you can get seamless, I wanted the one that was black, but I took it home. But we've done, like, I'm amazing when it comes to black tumblers and getting black, even if the whole thing, like the majority of it is black. If you've never tried my method, you don't want to miss sublimation for graduation, because we're going to go through my detailed method for doing tumblers. I've done them on live videos. You can always go and watch them. But if you want to go and be in the room and just make sure that you're wrapping it right, having me check your setup and all of that, you don't want to miss sublimation for graduation on April 6th. All right, so let's see. If I cannot attend the live trainings, will I be able to watch on demand? You definitely will. Every single class that we have ever taught at 365 Creative Academy, even when we were Silhouette Anonymous Academy, has unlimited access to the playbacks. Yep. Lifetime access for the lifetime of the website. Now, if something happens, you know, to the two places. Now, your playbacks are in two locations. If both of those go down, I don't know what to say. Like, I mean, we probably, you know, everything's probably going to go down, especially one of those places. So because of how we do our playbacks, you literally have lifetime access to these playbacks. Do you have a video on how to do a modern curved tumbler that has the 3-segment? Excuse me, I have no idea. Are you talking about the 40-ounce one? No, I don't have one for that. If that's what you're referring to, the one that has like the top, the middle, like basically this one, but with the handle. No, not specifically for that. But I've talked about how to do like the curve, but that middle part, I don't even mess around with that. To me, it's just not even worth it trying to get that to tape down. That's just too much work. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, cost for this. The cost for this program, where you're going to have 6 dedicated sessions, and you're going to have access to our exclusive Facebook student union, and also an exclusive community within the program itself, as well as the study hall or help sessions. If you do a one-time payment, it is $125.63. If you need the option of buy now, pay later through Sezzle, Shop Pay, or PayPal buy now, pay later, it is $135.63, but they will break it up. So all you have to do is pay like $34 when you sign up, and then whatever their payment schedule is to pay the rest off. But you get full access to the classes, to every Zoom, to every resource. You get access to it as soon as you sign up, even if you're doing the buy now, pay later. And as long as you pay them. Now, if you don't pay them people, I don't know how they handle it, but you still gonna have access to your class. I don't know how that works, but you'll still have access to your class, even if you don't pay them. Nothing doing me, because they're gonna pay me my money. They're gonna have to deal with you. And you can sign up at any time. So if you miss the first session, like, you may have to wait until like the next week, for payday or whatever, to kind of get your coins right. You can sign up at any time. If you end up signing up during week 6, you have time and you can watch those in your own time. You can watch them. The classes will be on Wednesday, but if your free time is on a Thursday, hey, watch that class on a Thursday. Binge watch all of them, stay up and watch all of them. Take all your notes, watch them while you're working on your items. And then if you run into issues, you have all the way, the class ended in April, but you have all the way technically until the first week of June, like the end of May, to attend the help sessions. Now, we're not teaching like full-on classes. They are help sessions. They are Q&A sessions. So if there are no questions, there are no answers. I'm not going to hold you, in those sessions if no one comes in and has any questions. So it's to help you with the work that you have put in. If you have not put in any work, I can't really help you with anything. Okay. So if you need help with templates, there is a promo where if you get our template vault, so all of my fan elements and templates, and by template, it's like the outline and where you can add the picture. Fonts are not included, but if you end up with a Creative Fabrica one, there are so many different fonts. We're going to go over some fonts that I recommend getting from Creative Fabrica if you have a subscription. If you don't, there will be a link where you can sign up for Creative Fabrica. It's only like $47 for the entire year. So you'll get this, like on this one, it's more so like this part here that's already set up for you, getting elements like that with our different templates, and they're all in the vault. And there's a lot of different like new elements that I've added on but they're set like until 2025. I mean, 2029. So you'll have layered numbers already set up for you. Certain designs like this 2023, and the way that it's cut. And it's I love teaching. I actually saw a few people where with the way this is, and just like from the teachings, they've created their own with their own fonts, their own text, and they mimicked this style. So I thought that was pretty cool when I saw some folk do that. So yeah, let me see. I saw a question over here. Hello, I don't do sublimation. Are there other classes included? So you don't have to do just sublimation. These right here, like when it comes to fans, as long as you have a regular printer or have access to it, either one in-house, or if you want to take them to Kinko's, Office Depot, Staples, and all of that. There's a certain way that you, at least, especially if you're using Silhouette Studio and, well, not a Silhouette Cameo, you can save it to where they can print it off. You can still put it on your machine and it will read and cut. So I'm not sure if you can really see on this. This is not something that you want to cut by hand. So it's really like, you know, it's contoured to her braids. So this is not something that you want to necessarily cut by hand. Being able to have these detail cuts, that's another thing I think is just like great about how I do mine, where it's not flat and it's not like just straight lines. I let my machine go and cut all of those contours. So you can do this with a regular printer and cardstock. So when it comes to the fans, when it comes to the yard signs, I outsourced for 3 years before I got my rolling printer. So you definitely can outsource, and I still make good money outsourcing. For the stoles, someone actually just asked me about doing. We can have a conversation about this, man, because I think you prayed on that. We just actually had a conversation about just showing. I've done them with vinyl before, but when it came to like Sublimation, I'm not gonna lie, I stopped doing the vinyl ones, but a lot of people still do vinyl. My girl Tiffany, if you haven't seen hers and you want to see what it looks like with vinyl, especially glitter vinyl, your fairy Grad mother on TikTok, she has a lot of like videos and things like that where you can see them with vinyl on it. So you definitely can do them with vinyl. Now that DTF is on the rise, we're going to talk about, you know, setting it up and getting DTF prints for your stoles. So you don't have to have sublimation for the grad stuff. Stoles can be done sublimation, DTF, HTV, white toner transfers if you have a white toner printer, or technically, if you know how to sew, you can take them apart. You can do embroidery as well. Fans can be done with the regular printer. Yard signs, of course, outsource. Most people will have to outsource them if they want to do them. Not everybody has a rolling printer to print to actual vinyl that will stand up to like the weather and all that stuff. And then toppers, you can learn to design them. A lot of people don't do sublimation. Before it was like just regular cardstock. And if you have a cutter, you can cut out cardstock and just use glue and glue things to it. You can get flowers from craft stores and glue them around. You can, like I said, I've posted some pictures of the ones where I made paper, I'm about to say rainbows, butterflies. So you don't have to use sublimation for any of this stuff. Now, the only ones that are like required for sublimation would be things like tumblers, which you can always order a print. You don't have to have a sublimation printer. You don't have to have a dedicated oven. You don't have to have a tumbler press. Contrary to misinformed belief, sublimation in and of itself is not a toxic process. You can use a regular oven. That's all that I use. I'm not about to go out. Now, if you wanted one where it's like, okay, I want to keep everything in my workspace, hey, that works. But when I'm doing 15, 20 tumblers, I ain't got time for that. And I can throw 15, 20 tumblers in my regular oven. So you can order prints. You can order them from us with the best sublimation paper. So once you have your design, you submit it to us. We send you the prints. You go, you wrap it up. You can get your tape from us as well. Wrap it up, throw it in the oven. You don't have to miss out on that money. Same thing with the keychains. You can submit an order for prints, have them printed out, press all your keychains, front and back. Or you can do the ones where there's some acrylic ones and you can just do regular prints. Not sure if, I know for us, it was big for sports games, especially with me coaching rec league, cheer, and, being around football. The photographers would come out and they would have these acrylic ones, and it's nothing but a photo, inside. It's like a little backing to it. And back in the day, we used to have these, 1 hour photo studios used to go in there with all the different backgrounds and stuff like that, with all like the little the blurry hearts and stuff. Have you a big old bear laying on the ground, all like this. You know, we had those. I don't know if y'all had them in y'all areas, but here, 163rd Street Mall, 1 hour photo studio, had some real cute pictures from there. They used to sell keychains back in the day, and they would just print it out real small, put that thing in between that acrylic keychain. So you definitely can. You can also do regular acrylic keychains and put regular 651 on it and just put grad, grad 2024 on it. Everything does not have to be sublimation. Everything does not have to be DTF or UV DTF. Vinyl is still alive and kicking. Okay. So you can, what I teach, when I teach design, my designing techniques are very versatile. I teach you how to be versatile with your designing and not creating something that only works for printed things like sublimation. So I outsource DTF. I do not have a DTF printer. I have no desire at this current moment to have one. There is a point where it's in our business plan, but I have no desire. So everything that I do DTF, I outsource. Luckily, I'm in a location where I can throw a rock and I can hit about 5 to 6 DTF printers like within my immediate area. So I don't have to worry about ordering them and having them delivered, shipped to me. Same thing with my eco-solvent prints for yard signs. There's a lot of print shops local to me. You have, everyone technically has one because you can have Office Depot or Kinko's, FedEx. They do prints onto adhesive vinyl, like eco-solvent, solvent, or latex prints. And you have people like printers that will do latex prints for like the yard signs. Everybody has a print shop within a decent distance of them. So nope, I don't. Now I have my roll-in, but if it gets too crazy, I have people I can outsource to, because the roll-in takes about 33 minutes to print out one of these 18 by 24-inch prints. It takes about 33 minutes. Depending on how the orders come in, I may have to still outsource some of my prints. But yeah, bigger prints, DTF, and if I needed a large summation print, I'm gonna outsource that sucker too. Y'all be afraid to outsource. I don't know why. Outsourcing is your friend. Yes, it will be uploaded soon. Do you have a recommended place to get stoles? I do. Join the class and you can find out all the places that I will recommend for stoles. It's not that it's top secrets. A lot of people, Amazon is a source, but as far as just like going through a whole list, there will be a list where you can click on it and go to those sites. That's gonna be the best place for you to get, all of the different options for stoles. How do we order prints? Email us at info@hsinc365prints.com. info@hsinc365prints.com. Let's see. I took the grad fan class and it was so worth it. So take the grad master program, because it's more than a master class, it's a master program. And also, if you, like I said it before, if you're just joining, if you took the fan class, if you took the stole class last year, your dashboard has the Zoom link. You'll be able to attend the live Zoom session this year as well. No additional cost for you. I found a place to outsource my yard signs to. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's what I like to hear. Can you print the yard sign for us? Yes, I can. It definitely is because vinyl is still my biggest seller. Exactly. Do you have any classes on how to use the roll-in? It is coming. I had to get through essentials. There's a lot of classes in the second quarter. Our Photoshop is coming back. That roll-in is one of the newer classes that we have because I haven't done one before. A lot of classes that I have, what we're doing now is basically refreshers. Instead of creating new programs over and over and over again, I'm just going to keep promoting the same ones. And that's great for the ones who already took it and maybe you enrolled in it after the live sessions. we're going to have refresher sessions. So all of my classes are pretty much going to come back around. The memorial one is going to come back around as a refresher. The vector challenge was what, like 3 or 7 days. The party favor one is in the second quarter of the year. The rolling class, which actually rolling will have the original and the refresher within the same quarter, because I've never really done one. So I'm actually having 2 of those within the second quarter of the year. What else? I think a party favors, the vector class, the memorial, vector, party favors, Photoshop, pricing, Shopify, Roland. There's a lot of classes in the second quarter of the year. Let's see. Do we need the template vault in order to take? No, you do not. Now, the template vault just gives you access to all of the templates that I have created and have released for graduation season, but it's not a requirement. You will get a basic one. So like for the stoles, the basic one, not the trimmed one, comes with it. So I have templates where this part here is already kind of set up, and you just have to fill in the color instead of like creating it yourself. But the class comes with the basic stole. So just the regular outlines that you can design in that one. But if you want the full trim, because we have some that are just a edge, and then there's one that's a full trim template. So that is, you have to either buy the template separate or get the vault. When it comes to the fans, there are some shapes that are exclusive to the vault. Same thing with the yard signs. There's some that are exclusive to the vault, but you can buy a la carte ones, or you can, if you take the class, am I showing how to design the templates from scratch, like the shapes and things? No. You can figure that out, or you have like different shapes and stuff like that, you can use it. But I will say, one of the biggest things that you're going to get from both the stole and the fan class, it's not really about just the shape or the template. It's how to deal with customers and these pictures that they will submit, how to make it look good. Like that's the real, like, that's the real tea. That's the real gem of these. Is not every picture is going to be great. I see so many people for their mock-ups, they are using these picture perfect AI images. Everything is smooth. It's nice and bright and vibrant. But some people will submit some pictures that they took with their phone. How do you enhance those pictures? How do you make them look good if the only picture that they have is this very weird angle, or maybe when they took it, it has a glare on it? How can I make this look good? That's worth its weight in gold for this class, because that's what you're going to run into when you hit the real world. You know, it's a real cute when people do classes, and you know, I don't have anything against AI. I think it's great for at least practicing. You know, you don't have a grad picture, but once you get grad pictures, trust me when I say they aren't gonna all be that great. Okay. When you have families that don't get the digital package for their graduation prints, they didn't take it with the phone, like they forgot to take one of those and have these good ones on their phone, and all they have are pictures. So they're going to scan that picture or take a picture of it and send it to you. What do you do with that? Not everybody gets back in the day it was a CD. Now they give it to you on a USB drive where you have the digital format. It's going to make it easier. Oh, that's not the case for everyone. So how do you deal with those? That's worth it to take the class, to learn how to deal with those issues, like deal with real world issues when dealing with orders. Let's see. I don't have a roll-in, but I still take the class. I plan to get one next year. Oh, you mean you plan to take what, my roll-in class, or you mean the master's program? I mean the master program for grad. Now you have to remember that I have the old roll-in. I cannot get the new, was it DG Connect or something? I can't get that one to download for some reason. And the new roll-in is definitely different than the old one, and how you load the media, how you put in your cartridges, all those different things. That part is different. We use VersaWorks. They have a new system. So I'm still trying to catch up with that, but I have a lot of people that have the old school roll-in that still want the class. So I am going to do the roll-in class. I signed up. I have to mostly watch replays, but I'm super excited. I'll be testing on my grandson. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so let me show you guys something real quick. I'm going to share screen. And I'm going to flip. Ooh. Okay, we're going to do y'all like this. Okay. Okay, I think you can see it like that. I just can't see your comments. All right. There was a glitch in the system, right? So if you, you can't see it anyway. Ooh, I think y'all just saw it though. Oh, crap. Oh, wait, I'm not worried about it though, because it doesn't work. I forgot. I'm smart in how I did my Shopify. So even if you do know the code, you can't use it if you haven't signed up for the class before, because it blocks you. Trust me, I tested it and I was like, it's like you do not qualify for this discount. But there was a glitch in the system with getting the vault as well as the $25 off if you took the Grad Fan Bootcamp or the Grad Stoles for Beginners last year. They are included in this master program. Because remember, I said I'm not recreate. It's only 3 brand new classes that I will have like this year. Everything else is just going to be refreshers added on to what I've already taught. Full refreshers, still mean like full on sessions. I'm just adding to it. I'm going to add live sessions. So it's a part like those two. So if you've paid for either of those, and some people have taken both, you don't get 2 discounts. But if you've paid for either of those, I'm giving you a discount of $25.63. So when you go over to HS Sync 365, shop.hsync365.com, if you click here, okay, my cart is empty. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to click right here. Okay. It's going to, there's a cart here. So let me go back and go to my cart and exit out. Okay. So it's going to bring you here. It may seem like nothing's happening. You're not going to see a discount here. It is still going to say $125.63. If you only want the class and you've taken the fan or the stole class, you go to your dashboard. It's under the program like discount. You're going to click here and it's going to take you to this page. You're going to click one-time payment and add it to your cart. Okay. And when you do that, we're going to go to checkout and you're going to see that $125 come off. Okay. You don't have to put the refresh one. It will come off if you're just getting the Grad Customs Master Program. Click on it, add it. Your discount code will be there. It's going to take $25.63 off. It's going to end up being $100 for all 6 sessions. Like to be able to attend, because it's still you're getting more, because you're going to get access to the new stole ones, which is going to include pictures and everything else, how to fade them off, all that kind of good jazz. Now, if you would like the vault, right? We're going to go down here. It's right here. And we're going to go to more view options, one-time payment. I'm going to add the vault to my cart. This now changes to the vault. discount, because that one is technically more than just the $25 off, right? But you get access. I want you to have both. I don't want you to have just one discount. I want you to have both. So if you are getting the master program and the vault, in order to get both discounts, I'm going to show you my cart right now. It says $167.46. I'm going to come back up here where it says refresher discount. You have to add this to it. Okay. Don't add it if you're not adding the vault. I'm probably going to change that with vault. Because if you do, you're going to pay an extra dollar. So you have this. I'm going to add it to my cart. My total, once I go to checkout, is not going to be 167. It is now 142.83, because it will take, with these two, the refresher and the vault, it's going to still make the vault 41.83, and it's going to take the $25 off of this one. So if you plan to do the vault and the master program, and you are someone that took the Stole for Beginners or Fan Boot Camp, you need to have all three of those in your cart in order to get the price at $142.83. If you don't, you're going to pay $167, and I'm not going to refund. Like, I'm not, because I'm explaining it, and it's on there, and it also says it. Read more. It's in red. If you have purchased these classes previously, check your dashboard for an exclusive discount code before you purchase, and add the refresher discount to your cart. Oh, I put also, but I'm going to take that out. But so I have it on there that is what you need to do. So make sure that if you have taken those classes and you want to take advantage, if you don't have our vault already, and you want to take advantage of the vault, as well as your discount for already, enrolling in the Stole. Some people enrolled in the Stole class or the Grad Fan Boot Camp when we had our end of the year sale, and our Black Friday or Cyber Monday sale. They had those classes. Our classes were 50% off. So they enrolled during that time. And this was after, the live Zoom. So now you get to, you come out even better, because you got that class 50% off. Now you're going to get $25 off of it. So you actually come out even better if you got the class when it was on sale during Black Friday and at the end of the year. So this you only have to add if you had the Stole or Boot Camp and you're adding the Vault, because without it, you just can hit one-time payment. Okay, I know it might be sounding confusing, but I just wanted you to show that it is possible to get both the class and the vault for $142, okay, instead of $167. Any questions for me? And let me turn y'all back around. Any questions for moi? The links are in the description of this video. If you're watching over on TikTok, click on I need to add that right now. Hold on. Because you can just go to our website and it's there once you scroll down. But I'm going to add the link to my link tree right now at the top. That way you can click on it. It'll take you right to the class. And you guys can post your questions while I am doing this. Okay, perfect. It is now on there And it will be very easy to click on the link tree and go straight to that class. All right, no questions. I know it's a lot for the codes, but that's the only way, like the way that Shopify is set up, there's no way for me to maximize your codes without doing it that way. Okay. So I know it might seem confusing. If you have questions about it, speak now, forever hold thy peace. Again, like I said, it says on there clear as day. We're not issuing refunds and credits if you don't do it the correct way. Last call for questions. I am so upset that I can't find you. But when I come live tomorrow or Monday, I'm going to have all my stoles. I have a pink one. I have my double side. I really wanted to show y'all. I'm going to look for it. You know what? I really want y'all to see this double-sided one. You got to see this one. It's so awesome. Like that was one that I did where she had 2 graduations. She had a high school graduation and she was graduating with her AA. She had dual enrollment. And so I made a stole with both accomplishments on it. And I'm going to find this thing. I really think that one is still in this room. I'm going to see real quick. I'm going to look one more time while y'all are formulating your questions for this stole. If not, I know that they have to be in the other room. Ay, Dios míos. This morning was in this room. All right. No other, let me see. Your roll came yesterday. So, good question about the pre-order for the rolls. Give me a second. except the one that I really, really wanted to show. But here is one. And this is one of the elements that's included in the vault where you can customize the color. And this year we added them with a template that you can use in Canva and the Photoshop one. So some of you guys check your emails. There was an email that was sent out once I updated the file. An email was sent out with an updated link. And then this is another one where you see on this side, there's no words. They just requested the flags for his 3 nationalities. And then we have this side. This element is also included up to 2029. This was the one. This was one of the very, I don't say, well, first one I think I did was an all sublimation one. I'm lying. I did one in 2020. But I did this one. You can see the glitter trim. I think this is the first time I did the full-on trim with printed glitter. The year before, when I was doing these, I just did them regular. This was the first year that I actually did the trim. And then this was one of the ones that we did last year that was just to show the process. And as you can see, you can sublimate both sides. All right. So to answer your question about the rolls, we are planning to do the pre-sale, not just for grad season, but just to do a pre-sale for rolls. We cannot guarantee that they will be here in time for this grad season, but it's still great to have rolls for things like ties. I do sashes. I use the rolls for blankets, like all types of like the traffic master mats. So it's always good to have rolls. We do have another pre-order that will be starting up. Probably gonna put it on there next week, but we have to let it run for I want it to run for at least 3 weeks, but I'm gonna let it run for 2 weeks. And hopefully we reach the numbers to where we can do the minimum order for the pre-order. And once we submit that, it takes about 2 weeks for production. So that's already a month. And then it takes a month freight to get here. So we're talking 2 months. That's why I said we'll have it, but it's not guaranteed. That's why we did them in December. We did it last year for the pre-order. And I kept saying, get ready for graduation season, get your rolls in early. And only a select few of y'all took advantage of the pre-order. We had a little bit of extra, and those went fast. So we will have another one, but it will take at a minimum 2 months to get them. If after 2 weeks we do not have the minimum, we then let it extend. And then that, of course, increases the time. So the longer it takes for us to reach the minimum order, the MOQ, to be able to submit the pre-order is the longer that it takes. Once we send out the email and say, hey, we've submitted it, it takes them 2 weeks to produce it. Ideally, if nothing goes wrong, like last time where their cutter was messed up, it takes them 2 weeks to produce it. And then when they ship it, it takes a month because we ship via sea freight. We don't do, unless y'all want to pay extra, that bill for air is expensive because those things are heavy. So we do sea freight, and it takes a month to get from China to the port of Miami. So you're going to be looking at anywhere from 2 to 2.5 months if we can actually start the pre-sale on Monday and submit it by, let's say, like April, the beginning of April. We would hopefully have it by mid-May, which means it will be like right in the heart of grad season for a lot of people. I got lucky because I think I got the last one on the website for the 8.5 tacky. So there is some 8.5 fast dry, which you can still use. Just get the heat tape, get the 2-inch heat tape so that you can really hold it in place. But you can use the regular tacky, you just have to do more work. Or you can use spray adhesive. and then use that. So you can use the fast dry. There are some fast dry on the website still, but I think the tacky has sold out. We were talking, oh my moments, we were talking about my grad program, my grad customs master program, where we're going to teach stoles and grad cap toppers and fans. Ooh. We will have the paddle fans, teach on the paddle fans as well. What printer can you use for the rolls? You can use any printer. So every printer, every Epson printer, except the 8550, which prints 80 something inches long, they all print 47 inches long, even your Sawgrasses. But with the Sawgrass, in order to print long, you do have to have the bypass tray. But for all of the Epson printers, they all print at least 47 inches long. So can you mount the roll and just print? No. You can create custom sheet sizes. So for the stole, it's like 36. I think I cut mine to like 30. So for the 70 inch, I cut it to like 37 inches, put the design, you set up your settings, and you can put it in there and print that in one piece. Even if you don't have the roll, you can tape together several pieces of paper and print that as one continuous print. And you don't have to worry about piecing it together after the fact. You piece the paper before. We're going to go through that technique live as well. I have tons of videos on them, but we're going to go through that live as well on this during the stole class on just taping it together, putting it in your printer, and printing it out as one big piece. But every printer can use technically the rolls. You just have to cut it down to size. You can get the one that a lot of people use for butcher paper. And they have some that are like smaller ones, and you can put it on there. That way you can roll it out, and then, you can basically tear it because you close it down and you can tear it. I have one that I can't put up, but it actually sits on my wall. That's an outside wall. So until we drill into the concrete, I can't put it up, but there's one that I can put on the wall and have it there. I'm thinking about putting like those, I think they said that you can put in to hold like so much weight, because I can't really, if I don't want to drill into that one. So I'm going to see how that goes. How do you get into the class? I wish I had my other phone. So what you're going to do is tap on our logo, and then you're going to tap on it again. You're going to see a link, and that is going to take you to our link tree. The very first option takes you directly to the master program for grad customs. Takes you right to it. Enroll. You're going to get, if it's your first time taking a class with us, you are going to get an email from our academy. It's going to have your express sign up. You have to complete that sign up. Like, that's how you set your password. And then on our academy site, 365 Creative Academy, is where you'll have all of your resources and Zoom links and things of that nature. Or you can go directly to our website, shop.hsink365.com. Okay. Any other questions? Oh, I forgot to mention, although I teach Silhouette, all the classes will not be just in Silhouette Studio for this. It's going to mainly be Silhouette Studio. When I'm going through the techniques for design and like improving pictures or just really setting up the templates, I'm going to mainly focus and teach that from Silhouette Studio as far as like choosing fonts and spacing them. I will be touching on Canva a little bit. And when I say touching on it, it's like showing you how to use our templates, how to add your background, where you would go at to add your text and things like that. And you would have to navigate that part on your own. But since we have the templates that are optimized for Canva, we will be doing some Canva. I'm going to show fading your pictures off in Photoshop, as well as 2 other locations where you can kind of get that fade. You'll have to come to class to find out. So there are 2 free options to be able to do that. You can do it in Photoshop, you can do it in Affinity Photo, but there are 2 other free options that you can utilize to kind of fade off the bottom. So we're going to talk about that. So it's not just Silhouette Studio. We're doing Silhouette Studio, a little bit of Canva, and a little sprinkle dinkle of Photoshop. All right. Other questions? Thank you guys so very much. I am hungry. I ate breakfast. I missed lunch. It is now dinner time. I am hungry and I'm about to get something to eat. So thank you guys so very much. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. If you're on TikTok, I will be back live once I get home and get everything set up. I will probably be live on TikTok after I eat. So head on over to TikTok. Join me because we're trying to get 365 Creative Academy. Only reason why I'm going live, which I don't have my other one here. Only reason why I'm probably going to go live today is I'm really trying my best to get up to 1,000, which I don't understand because I want to see something real quick. Hold on. Oh, see, you have 1,000 already. What is my friend? The Unleashed Crafter, Ebony. She didn't have 1,000, and I was able to invite her to my live video. I, for some reason, can't do that with 365 Creative Academy. It keeps telling me I don't have. Why are you so rough? Is it dry out? Ooh. It keeps telling me I don't have live access. So I'm trying to get that account to where I can have live access. So as long as I'm going live is because I need folks to follow that one. I'm going to be commenting it from the comment section, and I need to be able to go live. Because I'm not sure if it was like 200 that I had to get to in order to be able to go live as a guest. But I'm trying to get there. So if you're on TikTok, come hang out with us. All right. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.